This presentation is a production of the Iowa State Bar Association with assistance from the Iowa State Bar Association Foundation, the Young Lawyers Division, and the Iowa State Bar Association Center for Law and Civic Education. Direct examination is perhaps the most difficult task that a student lawyer has to perform in mock trial. Direct examination requires thorough preparation. The student lawyer has to consider how to prepare questions which will elicit the needed answers from the witness. When conducting direct examination, the student lawyer must ask questions in a way that advances the case without suggesting the answer to the witness. Unlike cross-examination, leading questions cannot be used in direct examination. In other words, the student lawyer who conducts a direct examination cannot pose a question such as, "Well, Mr. Witness, isn't it a fact that you were not at the scene?" Direct examination requires carefully crafted questions that will generate facts that help to tell the story of the case. The student attorney who conducts direct examination has an advantage. The attorney and the witness are members of the same team. During practice, they should learn to work with each other and to cooperate. This will allow the witness to know the answers to give to the student attorney's questions. This close cooperation is essential. Witnesses and student attorneys who have prepared the direct examination and understand the facts that are needed to establish the case will each score well. The student attorney must know and have a command of the witness's testimony so that all relevant evidence and material can be presented in a proper fashion. Again, the attorney must use non-leading questions and have a rapport with the witness so that the testimony flows and helps develop the theme of the case. The witness has to work closely with the examining attorney. The witness must know all of the facts and reasonable inferences related to his or her part. The witness needs to understand the information that he or she has and which will be presented. It is through the witness on direct examination that the facts of the case are presented, and they must be presented in a manner that the judges hearing the case will gain a better understanding of the facts and the issues. A well-presented direct examination will flow. It will be an easy-to-follow dialogue between the student attorney who is asking the questions and the witness who is responding.
Call our next witness.
Plaintiff calls Dale Small to the stand.
You swear or affirm the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Have a seat, please. Be sure to speak up.
Okay. Excuse me, Your Honor, would you like the exhibits that have already been admitted into evidence?
Yeah, you may keep them there in case you need to use them.
Yes, Your Honor. Please state your name and spell your last name for the record.
Dale Small, S-M-A-L-L.
How old are you?
I'm 73 years young.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
I live in Gardner Lake, Iowa, and I'm currently retired, and I'm also a widow.
You say you're currently retired. Where did you retire from?
Well, for over 40 years, I worked at the Prince of Denmark Amusement Park.
And in that time, did you hold any positions?
Yes, I held a number of positions, ranging from snack bar to security.
In what year did you become a security guard?
1998.
And what shifts did you work?
I worked primarily the night shift.
You also said you are currently widowed. Who were you married to?
I had a lovely spouse named Reese.
What was Reese like?
Anything you could look for in a spouse. Caring, loving, everything.
Mrs. Small, what happened to Reese?
Objection, Your Honor. I do not see how this is relevant to know what happened to Reese. It is not relevant to the ultimate issue, which is whether or not Miss Claudia Davis was naked.
Is there any relevance?
Yes, Your Honor. The whole point of this was going to a Gravedigger Society and getting a nation initiated to see the ghost of Reese Small.
Objection's overruled.
Yes, Your Honor.
Would you like me to please repeat the question?
Yes, please.
What happened to Reese?
Well, Reese and I were newlyweds, and we were on our honeymoon, and we went to Okoboji and the new Prince of Denmark Amusement Park's coaster, Flying Buttress, and we got on the ride. Reese and I were on, and it gave a funny jerk, and Reese fell off to his death.
Mrs. Small, did you ever see Reese again after that?
Yes.
When did you see Reese again?
Next year, October 31st,
And what year was this?
1956.
And what did you observe of Reese?
Well, I was walking around the park after hours and I saw something. At first I thought I was crazy and I looked up and it appeared to be Reese and he even spoke to me.
What did he speak to you to?
Objection, Your Honor. This is hearsay.
Your Honor, first of all, can a ghost really commit hearsay? And also, this is not being offered to prove the truth of the matter asserted.
Objection is sustained.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What did you observe to the extent of Reese?
Just, he looked very real and very alive.
And do you think Reese was a ghost?
I'm sorry, I couldn't hear
Do
you.
you think Reese was a ghost?
It was almost too close to tell, but that would be the only thing that would almost make sense to me.
You stated before you worked at the Prince of Denmark Amusement Park. Who was your supervisor?
Well, for many years I had a lady named Gertrude Dana, and then her daughter, after Gertrude died, named Claudia Dana.
Do you know what year Claudia Dana took over the park?
1991.
You also said you're currently retired. What ended your employment?
On October 30th, 2000, I was informed the park was closing down.
And how did you take to this news?
Well, I was upset. I mean, anyone in my circumstance would be. That was my last link to Reese, and the roller coaster was the sure thing. So I said a few things I shouldn't have, and I regret saying it, and I was fired. But if I was Claudia, I would have done the same thing.
Let's discuss the year of 2001. Was the Flying Butcher still standing that year?
Yes, it was.
Were you surprised by this?
Not particularly.
Why weren't you surprised by this?
Well, I spoke to Claudia Dana's secretary, Preston, and he told me that they were holding out to get as much money as they could for the Flying Buttress.
Let's discuss the day of October 31st, 2001. What did you do that night?
I went to the park as I usually did.
At the park, what happened?
Well, I was walking towards the gate when I met up with the new security guard, Mark Schultz.
Your Honor, may I approach the witness?
Yes.
Let the record reflect I am showing opposing counsel what has been previously omitted as Exhibit 3. Let the record reflect I am showing the witness what has been previously omitted as Exhibit 3. Do you recognize this?
Yes, I do.
What is it?
It's the diagram of the Prince of Denmark Amusement Park.
Your Honor, may we post an enlargement of Exhibit 3?
Yes.
Your Honor, may I move so that I may see the exhibit?
Might wait till it posted and then you'll be able to do it if you can't see it.
Your Honor, may the witness approach the enlargement?
You need to move.
Yes, Your Honor.
You may. And yes, you may.
You testified earlier that Mark Schultz was there. Who is Mark Schultz?
The new security guard that Dana hired.
And where did you see Mark Schultz?
Right about there.
Can you please mark an MS for Mark Schultz?
It was right about where this SG is.
And can you also mark your initials where you were talking to Mark Schultz?
Right about here where his fellow owns.
And about what time was this?
Well, I met up with him at about 11 o'clock.
And what time did you end your conversation?
We talked for about a half an hour, so I'd say around 11:30.
Can you please mark 11:30 on the board, please? What did you do next?
I began walking towards the Flying Buttress.
How come Mark Schultz let you into this building?
He was very sympathetic to my situation, so I very much appreciated it, and he allowed me to enter the park.
Can you please mark your route taking to the Flying Buttress?
Well, I was walking along, and I got about to here when I heard some people talking.
What did you do next?
Well, I went to find Mark Schultz because I figured kids were trying to climb the roller coaster again.
Can you please, where did you find Mark Schultz?
I eventually found him at their house, but I had to go all the way down the dance hall. And I also, when I was walking towards him, I heard a scream as well.
Where did you go next? Well, after I found Mark, which took me about 15 minutes, we started walking towards the flying buttress. And what did you observe at the flying buttress? Well, as soon as we got in there was a cap with the letters U and O on it, and the fence was literally flattened. It looked like a car had run over it. Oh, where was this flattened fence at? It was right about where this X is. Can you please mark a circle around the X? Have you done so?
Yes.
You may be seated. What did you do next after you saw this flattened fence?
Well, Mark told me to leave, and something definitely was wrong, so...
Objection, Your
I
Honor,
think
and I ask that my objection precede the witness's response and the witness's response be stricken from the record. The witness has begun to testify to hearsay.
In response to
Your Honor, this is an admission by party opponent because Claudia Dana was Mark Schultz was under the supervision of Claudia Dana.
Your Honor, this is not an admission. May I respond, Your Honor?
Yes.
Your Honor, this is not admission by a party opponent because it does not go against the interest of my client.
The objection is sustained. The last comments of the witness are stricken.
Thank you, Your Honor.
What did you do next?
Well, I went to Claudia Dana's house.
And then what happened at Claudia Dana's house?
Well, I had to bang on the door for around 15 minutes, and she came out and accused me of being drunk.
Objection, Your Honor, and I ask that my objection precede the witness's response and the response be stricken from the record. She has testified to hearsay.
This is an excited utterance and an admission by party opponent.
Your Honor, may I respond?
The objection is sustained.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Who was at the house that night?
Claudia Dana.
Are you certain to your knowledge that it was only Claudia Dana at the house?
Yes.
What happened at the house next?
Well, I had to bang on the door for around 15 minutes.
Objection, Your Honor. This question has already been answered.
Objection is overruled.
Yes, Your Honor.
I had to bang on the door for around 15 minutes, and all I wanted to do was tell Claudia that kids are trying to climb the roller coaster again.
And what happened next?
Well, she came out and accused me of being drunk.
Objection, Your Honor, and I ask that my objection precede the witness's response and the response be stricken from the record. This is hearsay.
Your Honor, this can be a present sense impression too.
Your Honor, may I respond?
Go ahead.
Your Honor, this would not be present sense impression because she would not be describing an event that she was seeing at the time.
It appears that it was a present sense impression. The objection is overruled.
Yes, Your Honor.
Would you like me to restate the question?
Yes, please.
What happened after Claudia Dana came to the door?
She just accused me of being drunk, and on top of that, she threatened to call the cops when all I was trying to do was inform her that kids were trying to climb her roller coaster.
Were you drunk the night of October 31st, 2001?
No,
When was the last time you did have a drink?
it was so long ago. I'd say at least 5 years ago.
Your Honor, she's run out of time. I have no further questions, Your Honor.
Direct examination is an art. It requires well-crafted questions on the part of the attorney who is directing the witness, and it demands a witness who is well aware of the information that is needed to help establish the case in chief. A quality direct examination will be well practiced and seem effortless on the part of both the attorney and the witness. A good direct examination will provide a solid foundation for the case in chief. It will enhance the witness's credibility with the judges who are hearing the case, and it will allow the witness to handle the cross-examination performed by the opposition. In their evaluation of a direct examination and the witness's performance, judges will consider the quality of the questions posed, the responsiveness of the witness, the preparation of both the student attorney and the witness, the way that they worked together to provide the information needed and necessary so that the judges could understand the case and decide the issues involved. A quality direct examination should answer any questions that the judges have in their minds about the witness's knowledge and information and how it develops the case in chief.